In the quiet corners of Eldridge Hollow, a fading textile town in rural Georgia where the air hangs heavy with the scent of pine and regret, dreams often curdle into nightmares. Here, folks cling to faded glories, old cotton mills shuttered by progress, pickup trucks rusting in driveways, and whispers of what if that echo through church potlucks and Friday night bonfires. For Jamal Hayes, a 28-year-old stock clerk at the local Walmart, life was a relentless grind of fluorescent lights and sidelong glances. He wasn't just carrying extra weight. He carried the weight of a world that measured a man's worth by his belt size and bank balance. Bullied in high school for his soft middle, ghosted by dates who joked he was more cushion than cut, Jamal starved himself of more than food. He starved for acceptance. Little did the town know, his refusal to eat or drink wasn't stubbornness or spite. It was the price of a promise whispered in the dark corners of the internet, a Faustian bargain sealed with a drop of blood. If only they knew, they might have pulled him back from the edge. But secrets, like rot, fester unseen. Jamal woke to the shrill beep of his alarm at 5:45 a.m., the same cracked phone that had buzzed him awake for 3 years straight. He lay there, staring at the water-stained ceiling of his one-bedroom trailer on the outskirts of Eldridge Hollow, the hum of the ancient AC unit his only companion. Slowly, he sat up, the mattress groaning under him like an old friend tired of the burden. His hand drifted to his belly, still soft, still defiant against every skipped meal and half-hearted jog along the dusty back roads. In the bathroom, he flicked on the light, avoiding the full-length mirror propped against the wall. Toothbrush in mouth, he caught fragments of himself, the double chin that made his smile look like a lie, the arms that strained against his work polo. "What's the use?" he muttered, spitting foam into the sink. His closet was a graveyard of unworn dreams, slim-fit jeans from a clearance rack, a button-down shirt he'd bought for a job interview that never led anywhere. He bypassed them all, pulling on his standard uniform, loose khakis and an oversized tee that draped like a tent. No clinging fabric, no judgments. Just camouflage. Before heading out, he checked his banking app, $247.63. Rent was due in 10 days, and his mama in Atlanta needed help with his little brother's school fees. At 28, with an associate's in business from the community college that promised more than it delivered, this stockroom gig was meant to be a pit stop. 2 years in, and he was still unloading pallets at dawn, restocking shelves by dusk. It wasn't the poverty that gnawed at him. It was the invisibility. "Am I really this big?" he'd whisper to himself on slow nights. Or, "Do they just make me feel small?" He'd tried it all. The local Planet Fitness membership that lapsed after a month of judgmental stares, those sketchy fat burner pills from a gas station clerk who swore by them, even a keto app that left him irritable and unchanged. Dates? Forget it. There was that one girl, Kendra, back in college, sweet texts, late-night drives to the Waffle House. Until he caught her scrolling through his phone, laughing at a group chat. "Jamal's cool, but damn, he'd crush me in bed. Need someone I can actually lift." She never knew he saw. He just faded away, another ghost in his own story. By 6:30, he was trudging through the muggy Georgia morning, the air thick with a tang of wild honeysuckle and distant rain. His neighbor, old Mr. Harlan, waved from his porch rocker. "Mornin', big fella. You eatin' enough?" The words landed like a gut punch, masked as concern. Jamal forced a nod and kept walking. The Walmart parking lot was already half full when he clocked in, moms hustling kids inside, retirees milling for the early bird deals. He vanished into the stockroom, where the only mirrors were shattered illusions of productivity. The lunch rush hit like a freight train. Jamal manned the self-checkout kiosks, scanning the endless parade of sodas, chips, and frozen dinners. Folks breezed through, barely glancing his way, until they did. A middle-aged woman in yoga pants paused mid-swipe, eyeing him up and down. "You look a little flushed, hon. Everything all right?" Face seems swollen. Her voice dripped with that false southern sweetness, the kind that hid thorns. "I'm good, ma'am," Jamal replied, keeping his tone even as he bagged her kale and kombucha. She hummed, then fumbled her reusable tote, spilling a carton of eggs across the scanner. Yolks splattered like accusations. "Serves you right," he thought, crouching to mop it up. She didn't apologize, just huffed about her day and left a $2 tip jar untouched. Break time at noon brought Tyler and Marcus, his co-workers from maintenance, trays of Chick-fil-A in hand. Tyler slapped a sandwich down. "Come on, Jay, let's grub. You can't live on air." Marcus chuckled, unwrapping his nuggets. "Yeah, man, you're already carrying the whole team's weight. Might as well fuel up." Jamal sank deeper into his stool. "Nah, I'm fasting today. Stomach's off." Tyler shot him a look. "Again? Bro, that's the third time this week." Marcus leaned in, smirking. "What, trying to squeeze into those skinny jeans before the county fair? Save it, you're built like a linebacker." "Own it." The words stung, but Jamal just scrolled his phone, feigning interest in a viral cat video. By shift's end, the store thinned to stragglers, and he slipped out the employee exit, the humid dusk wrapping around him like a shroud. Home was a 10-minute walk past sagging porches and firefly-lit yards. He showered until the hot water ran cold, then collapsed on the couch, doom-scrolling Instagram. Influencers flexed abs and lumbos, captions screaming "manifest your glow-up." That's when the real hit, a pole overlay on a beach montage. If you could pick one superpower, what's it gonna be? A. Eat whatever, never gain a pound. B. Unlimited cash flow. C. Endless leaks, think eternal runs or bleeds that never stop. D. Ride or die soulmate for life. The comments exploded. A and B, duh. Who'd pick C? That's nightmare fuel, lol. Jamal snorted, a bitter laugh escaping. A and B. God, yes. He screenshotted it, the options burning into his brain like a dare. As sleep tugged at him around 10 p.m., his phone pinged. "You've been added to Fuel Up and Stack Up." He dismissed it as spam, probably some MLM hustle for protein shakes or crypto scams. But curiosity nagged, and the poll's echo lingered. Endless leaks, who'd pick that? The group chat was a mess at first. Confused hellos, emoji spam, folks demanding to know the vibe. Is this a meal prep thing? Investment club? Jamal lurked, thumb hovering. Then the admin pinned a message. "Welcome. Listen close. Obey the steps. Your burdens lift soon." Laughter rippled through, cold alert, and half the members bailed. Jamal almost did too, but something held him. That voice note that dropped at midnight, smooth and male, like a late-night radio DJ with gravel in his throat. Those who doubt you today will beg tomorrow. Embrace the hunger. It forges kings. No sales pitch, no links. Just eerie quiet. The next day at work, Jamal's mind wandered. He miscounted change for a burly trucker who barked, "Boy, you deaf or just slow?" His manager, Mr. Ellis, clapped his shoulder on the way by. "Smile more, Jamal. Folks want friendly, not forlorn."
Lunch?
He waved off Tyler's offer. Detox mode. Marcus guffawed. Detox from what? Joy. That night, another drop. A testimonial pic of a ripped dude in a suit. Caption weighed 250. Bank at 0.
Now?
180 and stacking. Thanks, crew. Dex, 26. Followed by another voice note. Pain is the forge. Wealth is the hammer. Jamal pressed play twice, the words sinking like hooks. He searched the group name, nothing on Google, zilch on TikTok. Was it a prank? A secret society for the overlooked? Friday brought the bomb. Orientation Saturday. In person only. Arrive empty. Solo. Black attire. Then a DM. Jamal Hayes. Slot secured. No breakfast. Chords Friday Eve. His pulse raced. How'd they know his name? He typed, "What's the deal?" No reply. Saturday dawned gray, thunder rumbling over the peach orchards. He threw on black jeans and a hoodie, skipped his usual protein shake, not that he drank it anymore, and drove his beat-up Ford Ranger to the Pin Drop, an upscale office park on the edge of town, all glass and manicured hedges, far from Eldridge's grit. A sharp-dressed woman at the door scanned a tablet. Hayes! Right on time. The hall inside gleamed, mirrors floor to ceiling, faint jazz humming, air scented with cedar and something sharper, like copper. A dozen newbies milled about, but it was the veterans who stole the show. 10 men, chiseled jaws, tailored suits, Rolexes glinting under recessed lights. They lounged like lions, one spritzing cologne mid-convo, another scrolling a stock app with casual arrogance. A spread hit the table. Ribs, mac and cheese, craft beers, Southern comfort on steroids. Jamal piled a plate, ravenous after his fast. The new guys followed suit, but the vets? Untouched. They sipped water, if at all, eyes glassy, postures rigid. A murmur from the shadows. Dig in. It's prepared for you. No prayer, no toasts. Just eat. Jamal scarfed it down, lost in visions of his own upgrade. Abs by summer. A real nest egg. He missed the faint acrid whiff rising from the spread, the way 3 newbies bolted for the restroom one after another. A lanky kid beside him, maybe 25, leaned close. Yo, notice how they ain't eaten? And that smell? Off, right? One vet's hand was shaken bad. Jamal shrugged. Probably ate earlier. Chill. Man, not every glow-up's a conspiracy. The kid frowned. Nah, this feels wrong. 3 of us already pukin'. I'm out. He ghosted before Jamal could argue. That night, Jamal DM'd the admin. One dude bailed today. Said the food smelled funky. Reply, not ripe yet. Fearful hearts flee first. Removed. The kid vanished from the group. People kill vibes with paranoia, Jamal thought, locking his phone. This could be my shot. A week of radio silence tested him. Mirrors mocked his paunch, His reflection whispered failure. Then the ping. Phase 2 ready. Report tomorrow. Effortless shift. Heart hammering, Jamal drove to a sleek clinic tucked in a strip mall off the highway. No signage, just frosted windows and the low buzz of fluorescence. A broad-shouldered man in scrubs answered. Olive skin, buzz cut, eyes like polished stones. Hayes. This way. The draw room was sterile white, reeking of antiseptic and ozone. No forms, no chit-chat. Just a sample, the man said, snapping on gloves. You're chosen. The needle bit quick, 2 vials of crimson, warm and heavy. Changes inbound. Trust the process. They hit fast. By midweek, Jamal's gut flattened like it had been photoshopped. Pecs firmed, jaw sharpened, skin took on a sun-kissed sheen without a single spray tan. Strangers nodded approval at the gas pump. Kendra liked his latest story, a shirtless gym selfie, filtered but fierce. Then the cash, $5,000 wired from anonymous benefactor. Next, a drone delivery at work, $300 cologne, monogrammed cufflinks. No strings, just a note. Fuel the fire. Tyler cornered him in the break room. Dude, what's the play? Last week you were moping. Now you're drip pin, Tom Ford. Jamal grinned, spritzing the bottle. Universe finally cashin' checks on my vibes. Tyler pressed. Heard you got blood drawn somewhere shady. And you ain't touched a Big Mac in days. Not even thirsty? Jamal waved it off. Juice cleanse. Bro, God's got me. His mama called that evening, voice thick with worry. Had a dream, baby. You in a shiny truck, crowd charin', but shadows chasin', like something foul on your tail. Jamal's grip tightened on the wheel of his new lease, a glossy black Jeep, keys dropped anonymously. Just a dream, Ma. I'm good. But his free hand trembled. Offers poured in. A sales gig at the Ford dealership, $45,000 base plus commission, no resume needed. Then the Jeep arrived, plates fresh, note reading keep ascending. Parties beckoned, county fair after parties where he dropped hundreds on shots for strangers, his laugh booming over the twang of guitars. But night one, it clawed in, a vice in his gut, twisting like barbed wire. He bolted upright, sweat-soaked, only to feel the warm gush, dark, viscous ooze seeping from everywhere. No, lower, a relentless seep from wounds that weren't there, staining sheets and soul. He stumbled to the bathroom, clutching porcelain. What the hell? Phone buzzed. Group alert. Purification phase. Breathe through it. Strength incoming. Jamal became Eldridge's enigma overnight. Hayes is eating good. Look at that build. They'd say at the diner, oblivious to the truth. He floated through shifts in crisp polos, charm dialed to 11, but his throat was sandpaper, stomach a void that echoed but never hungered. No bites of burger, no sips of sweet tea. Watchin' macros, he'd quip, waving off in bites. Tyler tried again. Man, you're wastin' away, not eatin', not drinkin'. You good. Jamal flashed teeth. Never better. Lies piled like driftwood. Ate at home. Intermittent fastin'. Spiritual reset. The gifts kept coming, $10K drops, designer watches, invites to VIP bonfires. His Insta exploded, thirst traps racking likes, DMs from girls who'd swiped left before. At the fair's closing bash, He owned the dirt floor dance hall, gold chains swinging, spraying Benjamins like confetti, curves of his new frame drawing whoops from the crowd. Who's this king? A tipsy anti-slurred. He don't even sip the punch. Just vibes eternal. Home at 2 a.m., the high crashed. Unzipping, he felt the drip, thicker now, tar black, reeking of decay and iron. The stench bloomed, fungal and foul, clinging to skin like shame. Cramps ripped through him, bowels betraying in a flood of rot he flushed but couldn't forget. He dialed the group admin voicemail. Messages, ghosts. The chat? Vanished, scrubbed clean. Panic propelled him to the ER in Macon. An hour's wild drive, seats slick with his shame. He burst in, reeking, pleading. Help, it's eaten me alive. Bleedin' nonstop, smells like death. Nurses' wrinkled noses, docs' scan charts. But in the waiting room, he spotted them. 3 vets from orientation, pristine in chinos and polos, flipping magazines like he was a stray dog. Their eyes met his cold, pitying. One murmured, "You knew the terms." A security guard, their shadow loomed. Out. No disturbances. Another clinic, another dismissal. Too busy. Too broke. Too broken. The drive home blurred through tears. God, this the end? He veered toward the old Baptist church, steeple a skeletal finger against storm clouds. Ain't wealth, he gasped, collapsing against the wheel. Ain't what I signed for. Buzz. A final alert from a ghost account. Leak eternal or rot. You chose rot. Sobs racked him, hands fumbling for his wallet, crammed with crisp bills, his new watch glinting mockingly. Ma, tell her I'm sorry. Chased pretty lies. Wanted to be enough. Just seen. Flashes assaulted. Kendra's laugh. Marcus's jabs. The mirror's merciless truth. Nights cinched in compression shirts that choked more than fat. The engine idled to silence. Ooze pooled at his feet, trailer full of unopened swag bags, dash aglow with one last deposit. $20,000. Too late. Tyler found him at dawn, tracing a dead phone to the church lot. He wrenched the door, breath catching at the ruin. Jamal slumped, skin sallow, air thick with rot and riches. No, Jay, you were solid. Didn't need this curse. He sank to the gravel, howling into the Georgia mist. If only they'd known. Hey, story lovers. If this tale of hidden horrors and desperate dreams hooked you, or gave you chills, smash that thumbs up like button to show some love and help spread the word to fellow thrill seekers. Then hit subscribe with the bell for weekly drops of twisted narratives, heart-pounding twists, and worlds you'll never forget. Why join the channel, fam? Binge-worthy tales. New original stories every Sunday. Horror, mystery, fantasy, you name it. Your likes and subs fuel more magic. We're chasing 50K. Let's make it happen. Click subscribe now, like this video, and comment. What's your fave plot twist ever? Drop it below. Can't wait to hear. Thanks for riding the narrative wave. Waterwave, what's the next story you crave?